As a father of 5, I often go through scenarios in my head when I'm in public places about what I would do if A, B, or C occurred. Call it a veteran's way of looking at life in general. When I first exited service after a decade, I went through a defensive driving course that later actually cut the cost of my insurance policy because you're taught to be on constant alert for things that could go wrong, using mirrors almost obsessively, and calculating in your head what you would do if A, B, or C happened. Just as a reminder, I have not had an accident or a ticket in 30 years. This type of thinking, I guess, has led me to think about other aspects of my life and, in particular, my children and their safety. On a recent family outing with his family at a Popeyes restaurant in San Antonio, Texas, Carlos Molina ran into the situation that I most dread, an active shooter when I have my kids present. As the shooter demanded money from the patrons and even threatened the manager behind the counter, Molina quietly began to escort his children out of the restaurant when his other 2 children exited the restrooms. The gunman turned his firearm on the kids and Molina reacted by shooting the thug several times, killing him, the Political Insider. Carlos Molina was enjoying a meal with his family at a Popeyes chain restaurant when a would-be robber, 19-year-old Andrew Herrera, approached Molina with a gun, demanding money. According to Fox San Antonio, investigators said Herrera first approached Carlos Molina, 32, who was eating with his family and demanded his property at gunpoint. Molina said he had no money because he used it to buy the meal, then asked if the thief would let his family go. Herrera then turned toward the counter, pointed the gun and yelled at the manager to stop running. As Molina's family walked out of the restaurant, police said 2 more family members walked out of the restroom and the suspect pointed the gun at them. The story continues. Molina then quickly pulled his gun out and shot Herrera several times, killing him. Officers said Molina is a licensed handgun owner and they believe he shot in defense of a third person. This is a nightmare scenario for any parent, but the fact that Molina was a legal gun owner with proper training is the reason, perhaps, that both the staff of the restaurant and all the patrons are alive and well today. The facts are the facts, and it stands to reason and good police work that Molina was not charged with murder or manslaughter for reasons of defense. These incidents happened all too frequently in large cities. If I were a Democrat and knew for a fact that all the biggest cities were crime-ridden with deplorable living conditions, I would be humiliated. As it is, it seems that Democrats, unlike Republicans, appear to be completely immune to humiliation, or perhaps this type of squalor has a more sinister purpose. Source: The Political Insider. Andrew Herrera, Carlos Molina, Popeyes.